Shout out to my new subscribers, my old school subscribers, and my TikTok family, and now also Facebook. This video will be going up on Facebook, and on YouTube it's extended to the video on my YouTube channel. Look, y'all, let me tell you something. I'm not going to be on here long, because you guys know I only come on here to work out. But I need for this message to be put out because, as you guys know, I only come on here to work out. But I need for this message to be put out because, so I want to make sure that I put out a little bit of information about this so-called sisterhood. If you're a part of, so I want to make sure that I put out a little bit of information about this so-called sisterhood. If you're a part of a man, and you're going to probably end up having to deal with issues by yourself until you leave this realm. The sisterhood is not designed for you to get out. It's designed for you to stay stuck in there with them. Now, let's break down what a people pleaser is. I hear a lot of these goofy talking points from these low IQ type of females saying things like, yo, these pick-me's are people pleasing, and you know, what are you talking about? The only people pleasers are people that are doing things to please others that might not be in their best interest. So, in my opinion, if you are part of the sisterhood, you are a people pleaser. You are trying to please the rest of the females instead of looking out for your best interest. Right now, they're talking crazy and talking as if all men are bad, as if they know all men. Well, if you like men, how are you going to end up with the man if you're talking like that online all the time? You're not. So if you're not going to end up with a man because you know there ain't no real man, no man in his right mind is going to date a woman that's talking crazy all the time, talking about how much he dislikes him and dislike men and this and that and the third. There's no woman that's going to deal with, no man that's going to deal with that kind of woman, period. So it just seems like most of y'all just really want to, I guess, you know what I'm saying, stay single, have no kids. Well, guys, we're not really trying to do that. We get online and we say certain things, but we most of the time do not bash all women. And like we're saying, we're going overseas and trying to find somebody to continue to make kids with. It's not like we're going to stop making kids. No, we're just not going to make kids with you. That's all that I'm saying. So if you're part of the sisterhood, you're just an NPC loser. You're a low IQ individual who don't want to think for yourself. And as far as I'm concerned, the only women that do think for themselves are the so-called pick-me's. How in the world are you a independent, you know, deep thinker if you're just grabbing other talking points from other females? How are you, you know what I'm saying, really doing what's smart and thinking for yourself if every time a man says something to a woman that you don't like, you ought to, hey, I appreciate you, brother, appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? How you appreciate your lives, man. You got some dope stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? How are you going to try to convince somebody that when you go into a panel and guys are putting out facts, because I'm watching them all the time, and then these women will jump in there and start supporting this woman and start saying, don't speak like that. Oh, you ain't got to talk to her like that. You ain't got to word it like that. He can word it however he wants to. The same way y'all drop shade in every other word that you're saying while you're trying to get your point across. So you can trigger us as much as possible while you're saying your stupid ass BS. I'm just being real. You know what I'm saying? So y'all be on here talking about, oh, these pick-me's. I don't think of it. No, y'all are idiots. Y'all are the ones saying the exact same thing. Every guy out here that y'all claiming sounds like Kevin Samuels does not. We all have our own stuff that we bring to the table. And there's different elements of the movement going on. There's men going their own way. There's MGTOW, Alpha, Beta, Sigmas, you know, but we're all trying to, you know, do what's best for us so we can make generations of kids and be with women that we want to get along with. Y'all are trying not to get along with us. You're trying to bash us every chance you get. Every time we come up with some great talking points and facts, y'all come out with a bunch of emotional crap and anecdotal situational situations that you bring up on your panels and things like that. No facts, no stats. I was on a panel on here yesterday, and a woman tried to say that women are getting abused more than men and gave a percentage, said she had a degree from, I forgot what, some kind of master's degree. And then a man without a degree got on there, asked her to cite her sources. She couldn't do it. He had 4 different sources and read off everything that countered everything she said. And the woman ran from the panel and she ran out the live stream. I could, but I didn't. Exactly. What's going on? I say it all the time, facts, because I'm not going to articulate it. Exactly. We're all like, what they do, they're gaslighting us. They're gaslighting us, my brother. See, we're all talking good ways, right? And when Kevin Samuels was out, they used to bash him too. They say he sounds like Angry Man, or all these other guys, Obsidian, and all these other guys that came out before him. They're all the same talking points, period. You can only say so many different ways what women are doing, right? But we have our own way of speaking. What Kevin Samuels did was these other guys were too rough around the edges. He could see that. So what he did was he refined what they were saying in a way to where women would listen to it. So you can't compare him to those other guys because those other guys were too rough. They're saying stuff that you can't really let that stuff go, you know what I'm saying, mainstream. Kevin Samuels wouldn't cuss. He wouldn't let nobody cuss. You know what I'm saying? He had a suit on and he did what he had to do. You already know as a man, most of the time, especially a black man, you got to have a low fade and barely any facial hair. You know what I'm saying? To get most jobs. So he did what he had to do to present himself a certain kind of way, to come off a certain kind of way. And that's what, you know what I'm saying? And that made his brand. If he was still alive, they wouldn't be telling us that we sound like Kevin Samuels. They'd be telling us that we sound like some other person that came out before him. They would be saying that we all sound like that woman that was talking this stuff back in the 80s or whatever. You know, Rashad Ali or whatever. They would like the same thing they were doing. He was alive. You know, when he was alive, they kept saying, oh, he's just copying her. He's just copying her. They say all this stuff to gaslight us, to get under our skin. It's hive mind thinking. See, here's the thing, right? Start asking these women, what's the end goal? Because if you ask any man what's the end goal, oh, to get a good woman I can get along with, have my peace, make, you know what I'm saying, generations with kids with her, whatever. Ask these women, what's the end goal? What is the end goal here? Is your goal here to run men away overseas or whatever and never want to deal with you? Like, what's your real goal here, right? Because it don't seem to me like it makes any sense. American men are running away. Foreign men are sending them back like, don't come back over here. You know what I'm saying? So what's the end goal here? They're making themselves look like clowns all over the internet, right? They're showing their attitudes and everything they try to hide before. They're showing all of that to all of the world. All their emotional damage, every video that you see of every female that gets online and runs her mouth after going on a date, that's trauma. That's trauma. Why would anybody date her? They don't make any sense, bro. They don't make any sense. That's why I had to drop this video on here, and I'm going to go live again later on and talk about the same stuff when people are up, because there's a lot of women on here that are catching flack, getting their channels taken down from this so-called sisterhood, which is really people-pleasing idiots that use triangulation. Listen, any of these women part of the sisterhood, they're using narcissistic, Machiavellian type of tactics, you know, to, dark triad type of tactics to keep women mentally subjugated to not go against them. So they'll sit out here, if a woman's put something up, they'll all go in there, attack her, you know what I'm saying, try to defame her, shame her, and they all know women care about their online image. So they're going to, probably shut up. So that way they can bully their way into just talking junk all the time about men without having anybody within the sisterhood giving any counter arguments. Not anymore, right? All of the women out here that are talking good about men and actually want to be with the man, you know what I'm saying? Because some of them have some sense. They're like, man, listen, this sounds good and we're getting all this women's empowerment, but I want to have some babies with somebody I want to be with. They're thinking about this, man. And these women out here sitting here like making it like, oh, what's the end goal? Do you think you're going to be able to subjugate men? Is that what it is? You think you're going to get us so depressed we're going to take whatever you give us and make babies with you? No, we're not. No, we're not. Let me get caught up on the comments. My sister have recently gotten other sisters and of course men fight. Exactly. You see what they're doing? You see what they're doing? But you see how they look. This is how you know they're in the wrong and they're going to lose. The powers that be are backing them. The powers that be are backing them. If the powers that be are backing you so that you can literally make up complaints, you can make up whatever you want to, and then by the time the dust is settled and the ink is dry and the guy is found out to be innocent, his reputation is ruined, he or she, and fired. They have the complete power of, you know what I'm saying, the matrix, the power that be, the system, whatever you want to call it, behind them. And they're able to just do whatever they want to do. And literally, I'm not going to say certain words, I'm going to live band, but wreak havoc on all regular people that are trying to have regular relationships. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life, because the way these women bash, it's so crazy, bro. These women be bashing men on their videos. I mean, all kind of women. They'll drop shade and bash men, but they're still dating men. They're still dating us. They're always got something to say about men. They don't have no other supply. They can't go overseas. And it ain't like they're like, oh, we're bashing American men. They go overseas and they're getting clowned, man. They're getting thrown in jail. They're getting their ass whooped. They're getting all kind of stuff, because those men over there don't play. They're real disciplined over there. You can't be wild like you can be over here. And they're going over there, so they got no options overseas. They got no options here. So when these women are talking about, I got my own nurse and I'm independent, a sisterhood, and we don't need these men, what is the end goal? There was one woman in a live talking about women don't need men. If women decided not to have babies anymore, society would end. Let me tell y'all women something. See, that's a statement from a woman that's in a society that's been made really cush by men. Because if society really starts collapsing and men start going their own way, there's no protection. And you keep thinking right now that guys talking junk about you or looking at you in the gym is bad. There's some really bad men out here. So y'all keep forgetting about that. There's some really bad men. And y'all are talking about, well, if all women decide we're not going to have kids, man, there's some really bad men out here that really just, you know what I'm saying, they'll try to take over the world and they'll take what they want. You know what I'm saying? They'll take what, I don't even know what you're talking about like that. Like, you think that bad, like if all guys like, you know, I ain't going to protect y'all. You don't want, all right, you good. We ain't going to protect you. All right, we good. You don't have kids with us no more. All right, we good. You think the bad dudes are going to be like, nah, I'm not going to stop getting coochie. They going to do it, and you don't have no protection. You have no protection. That don't make no sense, man. Y'all be making no sense, man. Half of them, man, date other women, didn't realize. Exactly. And, you know, that bothers me too, bro. And we got to hold them accountable for that. Y'all don't let these women get away with calling themselves heterosexual. Let me make sure I get banned. Don't let those women, you know, get away with saying that they, you know, like men if they've been with a woman. You like both. You cannot. They would listen. And I'm trying to make sure I don't get banned. Yo, look, I like women. Always have, always will. Ain't never had no moment of weakness. Or what are you talking about? What are you talking about? No, these women halfway like women anyway. They don't want to come out and admit it. That's why they got so much vitriol for men, because they really don't like us anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been with a woman that didn't seem like she really liked men. Like, I was like, I don't really think you like men. You know what I'm saying? And when you start getting that energy from them, right? They listen. And the divorce rate amongst those women and women is crazy. It's higher than the divorce rate amongst, you know, man and woman. So they try to do that. They have done everything, bro. Like you said, they have gone with women. They have tried to go overseas. They have tried to shame us. They have done everything. They're trying to oppress us into being with them. They don't even realize it. They're giving us trash and telling us, hey, take this trash. You know what I'm saying? And we're like, no. And they're like, no, you're going to take it. No, we got options. I'm going overseas. So guess what they're doing? They're trying to gaslight us overseas and try to make the women overseas think that we're not worth nothing. It's not working. It's not working. They don't believe you need more people. They don't believe you. Let's scroll up here. Always have, always will. Love women. Exactly. Those aggressive, combative females are not women and not ladies. Bro, those, you already know, man. That's why we can see them as something different. As soon as, see, they keep thinking, they've been brainwashed to think that we like what they like. So if they see a combative guy that's aggressive, deep down, you know what I'm saying, as long as he's not an animal, it turns them on. That don't work for us. We want peace. That's why they think that their resume, you know what I'm saying, their credentials should matter when it comes to dating. And they're getting a harsh reality check. Let me tell you something. When you decide to put all that time into your own credentials and taking care of yourself and not putting time into building with someone, the check will come due, and you cannot force men to be with you based off your money. You know what I'm saying? The liabilities you've collected, the debt you've collected, and whatever social status you've built. Guys don't care. We don't care. We want you to work. We want you to, you know, be humble to God And we want you to be in your feminine woman frame. All this other stuff. Bro, listen, they're trying to convince us that there's a such thing as everybody has feminine and masculine energy. And this is brainwashing. This kind of talk. And trust me, I was in the spiritual community for a while. I was a reader for a little bit, and I said some of this stuff. So, you know what I'm saying? But once I realized what was going on, I stopped. See, what they're doing is they're taking the masculinity from men. They're not doing it. The powers that be is putting this shit out through plants, and then it's getting disseminated amongst these women. But they're putting out this propaganda, man, to take the importance of a man out. It's like, okay, we can both be masculine. We can both be feminine. No, man. You can either be a man or you can be a woman. You know what I'm saying? And if you decide to do, I gotta be real careful, man. They will ban the crap. I've gotten banned for saying stuff like this. That's how bad it is. That's how bad it is. I've gotten banned for just talking just like this. They're going through our lives. They're making sure that you cannot speak in any kind of way that's not part of the agenda of emasculating men, taking the power away from men, because the only way to destroy a man is to mess his pride up and his ego, man. Like, that's the only way, because otherwise a man will keep getting back up. So when you have women that literally get online every day and look for a reason, just rise in the AM and just look for a reason to say something about men or jump in a panel and whine about men. The new year just started. I'm watching panels already where women are whining. What is the end goal here? This is how you know it's a sisterhood full of low IQ idiots that don't want to take any accountability or responsibility for anything. You are part of a sisterhood. See, right now, men are coming together, working together for an overall goal. So the young bucks ain't got to go through what we're going through. We can see that all women out here right now are, exercising some form of narcissism or some form of Machiavellianism or some type of dark triad psychology. You're all doing it. You're all doing it, right? Your ego is self-inflated. You think you can do no wrong. You're out here trying to use all these different dark triad type of psychology tricks to trick men into pursuing you. Even a guy that you're interested in, you got to find a way to trick him into pursuing you, even though he don't even know who the hell you are. But you know who he is, but you got to put yourself in orbit of him so he can notice. That is crazy, man. That's crazy. That's what y'all do, though. That's what y'all do. That part, me too. Yeah, I got to be really careful. You know what I'm saying? Or take his voice away. They got to shut him up some type of way. They'll suppress us in the algorithm. I was watching the Whatever podcast, and they were talking about manosphere type of content. People that watch it, they're going to, on platforms, start redirecting them to the opposite type of content. So they're going to start redirecting you in your feed. So basically what's happening to me on YouTube is I'm putting out all this content about how men need to empower themselves, self-improvement, self-discipline, stuff like that, self-development. My feed is full of man-hating women. Why is my YouTube, I don't watch man-hating women. Why is my YouTube feed full of readers and modern women complaining about men? You know what I'm saying? Like, they're just doing it already, dude. Like, they're not trying to let us have a voice. And these females out here are not moving in no kind of good direction to an end goal. The men are saying it very clearly. We want our peace. We're going to fight for it. And we're going to find a woman that can add to our peace, whether it's overseas or wherever, somewhere overseas. There's a big world somewhere overseas. And American men have not ruined our image like American women have. Y'all have ruined your image by feeding. You should have never allowed the powers that be to use y'all to push their agenda to depopulate. You should have never let them put you in the place they put you at. So now there's all this stuff on the internet showing how American women are to every man in every country, and there's nothing you can do to lie your way out of it or try to make it seem like it's not all of y'all. It's too many of y'all running your mouth. It's too many of y'all. It's too many of y'all. So now dudes are just like, I'm going overseas, man. I got a better, listen, when you look up the stats, the STDs are lower. I don't know if the women's body counts, but there's certain women over there that have religions to where they got to cover themselves up and not, you know what I'm saying, collect bodies, period. You gotta like, sometimes you have to, I forgot what to do in Africa, but you gotta like buy the woman from the dad, and you have, in certain cultures, you have to speak to the family and stuff like that. You don't just get to hook up with women, you know what I'm saying? Like, the family protects the women. Over here, y'all, it's just dog eat dog, and these women are out here getting passed around so much, man. that you guys are not taking in consideration the level of STDs going on. Like, you got your whole life ahead of you, and y'all are thinking, oh, I'm getting a good hookup with this woman. She's hot. That woman has been with so many men that you think you're getting lucky. Well, if you know you don't qualify for her, you think you're getting lucky, she's probably just downgrading herself in the moment because she's lonely. She can't get the guy that she wants, and she's probably full of STDs, man. You got to be really careful out here. You got to be really careful out here. So I'm not going to be here too long because talking like this gets you banned, and I don't want to get banned. And it ain't the women that banned me. It's TikTok. The words you say will get you banned on here. So, I don't want to go too long with this, but I'm just being honest. If any of y'all talking about pick-me's and stuff, y'all got to really think about what you're doing. When y'all call a woman a pick-me, what you've done is identified her as the kind of woman that we would want. And we're going to start looking at her. What are you doing? Just because you call her a pick-me don't mean that we consider her a pick-me. We consider y'all a bunch of brainless idiots that are just part of the sisterhood because it sounds good. You're people pleasers. You're terrified to go against other women because you're terrified of what they're going to do to you. You're people pleasing. That's why I don't listen to women at all. Y'all get on here and y'all project everything that y'all do. I don't listen to none of y'all. When y'all are complaining about men, 9 times out of 10, that's what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? When y'all on here talking about, oh man, they're people pleasing and these guys sound like Kevin Samuels, y'all sound the same. No. Y'all are called a sisterhood. What is the end goal? What is the end goal of the sisterhood? Can somebody tell me? No, you can't tell me nothing. Oh, it's for equality for all women. Y'all got equality. Y'all got too much leverage. As a matter of fact, in some situations, y'all got equality. It's not about equality. It's about oppressing somebody else at this point. Now you want to oppress men because it don't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if you were like trying to get good men, you wouldn't say all men are this and all men are that. No, what you're trying to do is put a certain stigma on all of us, but it's not working. It's not working. We can still go overseas because women overseas know y'all are crazy. So it's like, they don't even care what you're saying. You're showing how crazy you are by making all these videos all the time. So they don't really care what you say, and we definitely don't care what you say. You know what I'm saying? So y'all got to think about that kind of stuff. But listen, the replay will be available on my YouTube channel later on today. This full video, it's an extended video to my YouTube channel's video that I dropped earlier today, talking about the sisterhood as a group of women that are people-pleasing, low IQ idiots. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you check that out. The channel is a Lone Wolf Narc Bully. I'll be back on there later on. Allow me to get in the house for a few minutes, and I'll be on here working out like I normally do. But I'm going to also start dropping these videos because, for one, the TikTok filter is dope. Love this filter. And 2, I want to get this message across because women are starting to leave comments and they forgot who I am. I'm starting to get comments from haters and sisterhood. Y'all forgot who I am. I'm the troll's troll. I'm the bully's bully. I am not concerned about y'all. I'm not worried about y'all. As a matter of fact, when y'all leave comments, it excites me. I love cooking you up. So I'll be back over here cooking, you know what I'm saying, getting started early in 2024. This ain't the year. You know what I'm saying? Your boy is back. I mean, better than ever. Y'all have never seen this side of me. Y'all have seen the heartbroken, going through heartbreak from a divorce, from a narcissist type of person. I'm over that. So now you're going to see a man about his business. Peace, love, and light.